Calaroga Shark Media.
Hello, I'm Johnny Mac with your daily comedy news. Shane Gillis will host Saturday Night Live tomorrow. There's still really no press about him, which is surprising, but NBC finally put out a teaser for the episode. In it, we see Shane Gillis working out his monologue on a stage with almost no one in the audience. Let's listen.
Live from New York, Shane Gillis. Place. Oh. Sorry, man. No, you're fine.
Are we interrupting?
I was gonna work on my monologue. It's nice. Can you guys check it out?
Yeah. Sure, okay.
Let's do it. All right, so I'm gonna come out, I'll go, Saturday. And then I went to an Amish wedding once. I was the only one there who could do the electric slide.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
New Planet of the Apes is coming out. It's gonna be bananas. Headlights are getting brighter.
Politics?
And then I do a little crowd work, like, are you guys dating? Are you seeing each other?
Yeah.
God, must be nice. I've been alone for a while. How come dogs are the only ones that get cool names and not us, too?
Relatable.
Yeah, relatable.
Who likes impressions? And the crowd will be like, and then I'm like, you guys ever see a horse? And it's like, and then that's pretty much it. That's about it. I'm about done with that monologue.
Great. I think it's right there.
Love it.
Thank you. And then it's like,
Variety's annual Power of Comedy event will return to South by Southwest March 8th. Your honorees: Samantha Bee, John Leguizamo, Nick Kroll, Lily Singh, Andrew Rannells, Hannah Einbender, Pamela Adlon, Jabuki Young White, Robbie Praw, and Kazi David. That is an interesting group. Interesting, carrying a lot of water there for Johnny Mac. Sam B will receive the Comedy Innovator Award, presented by Brooke Shields, of course, obviously, representing Sam's accomplishments as a comedian, writer, author, and trailblazing late-night TV host and producer. Robbie Praw, you know him as the VP of stand-up and comedy formats at Netflix. I worked with him back when he was at Just for Laughs. Good guy. He's done a great job with Netflix, and Variety tells us in that role, he's been instrumental in helping to nurture a new generation of comedians, as well as shepherding successful stand-up events from A-list comedians, including Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, etc., etc. Kroll and Rannells will receive the Comedy Duo Award in recognition of their work on I Don't Understand You, which premieres at South by Southwest. It must be really good. It's not even out, and it won the award? Okay. Co-star Morgan Spector will present them with the award. What are we doing here, guys? John Leguizamo will be honored with the Comedy Actor Award for his project, Bob Trevino Likes It, which will also premiere at South by. What is going on? Don't you actually have to have, like, best podcast of the year, tomorrow's Daily Comedy News, the one I haven't even recorded yet. Best podcast of the year. What are we doing? And Variety's backing this up with Leguizamo's storied career in comedy also includes... All right, I'll give you a second. Why don't you rattle off John Leguizamo's famous comedy films? Give you another second here. You got him? You got the whole list, right? Yeah, of course. To Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar, and the Ice Age franchise. What are we even doing? Nick Thune will present Leguizamo with that award. Hannah Einbender will receive the Comedy Actress Award. All right, she's really good on Hacks. That's fine. That'll be presented by Gene Smart. Also from Hacks, which will premiere its third season at South by. I think we're giving awards and just promoting our things, don't you? Pamela Adlon gets the Comedy Director Award for Babes, which also premieres at South by. Point taken, John. We got it the first 6 times. Adlon's notable credits include serving as the writer, director, executive producer, and star of the award-winning FX comedy series Better Things. Hold on, I just got a text. This is real. From my daughter. She's at the National Donuts chain, and she texted me, how do I see past orders? The lady is arguing with me that I didn't order a donut. I have to pull up my app. I don't even have my phone with me. Now she wrote, never mind. Leave it in. I'm writing back, okay, recording. I'll go down to the National Donuts chain and tell them we spend $25, $30 a day there between me, my daughter, and when I get my mom stuff. So don't accuse us of trying to steal a donut. Where were we? Pamela Adlon will be honored with the Comedy Director Award for her work on Babes. Her notable credits include serving as the writer, director, executive producer, and star of the award-winning FX comedy series Better Things. Remember Better Things? Of course you do. Just in case you don't, I'll Google it so we can all remember together what Better Things was. Better Things, the story of Sam Fox, a single mother and working actor with no filter trying to raise her 3 daughters. This ran from 2016 to 2022 without me noticing it while hosting a daily podcast. Lily Singh will receive the inaugural Comedy Crossover Award. I'm going to not even read the paragraph. I'm going to guess. She's going to receive the Comedy Crossover Award for something premiering at South by. Let's see. For her evolution as a storyteller from YouTube creator to TV host and now to actor, culminating in her comedy film Doing It, premiering at South by Southwest. Come on with this. I'm not reading any more of that. That is just nonsense. Last weekend, Joe Coy set a new record after his 2 shows at the LA Forum. Joe Coy is now the only comedian to hold the title for most headlining shows by a comedian, with 6 shows at the Kia, all of which were completely sold out, which is shocking because he recently made horrible fun of Taylor Swift. Here, let's listen.
The big difference between the Golden Globes and the NFL, on the Golden Globes, we have fewer camera shots of Taylor Swift.
Whew. Boy, that is harsh. I don't know how anyone would go see this person after he was so mean to Taylor. Joe Coy went on Instagram to share the massive accomplishment with his newly awarded plaque. He captioned it, "First comedian to sell out the Forum 6 times. I'm living the dream. I love you, L.A." Adam Sandler is filming his special at the Nocturne Theater in Glendale. He's doing several shows from the 27th through the 1st, so we're going to edit those together and hope we can get a funny performance out of it. Good luck. Yeah, Caddy John is back. I did the nice episode. I drank your coffees. I'm back to my real opinions. Adam Sandler, not funny. Let me look this up. He's not really doing 4 shows to get a special. They usually do 2, which I understand because you need pickups and whatnot or something doesn't go great, but 4 is a lot. Let me see. Wow, 2 shows on Tuesday, 2 on Wednesday, 2 on Thursday, and 1 on Friday. I mean, part of that might just be you can sell a ton of tickets and he's already there, but also between the 5 shows, I hope we can get a good performance. This next item is just shocking, and I'm sorry to upset everybody, but according to Variety, I know this is going to shock a lot of you, so you might just want to take a seat for a second. As you know, Adam Sandler has a movie coming out called Spaceman. Apparently it's not good. Sorry, I know I just ruined your weekend. I know, right? Like Adam Sandler and a CGI alien. How can that not be great? Variety writes, Adam Sandler, we can all agree, is a serious actor. At times a great one. His comic DNA will often thread its way through performances, but not always in uncut gems. He had a frantic, aggro desperation worthy of a Scorsese crime film. That's right. In Hustle, the crowd-pleasing Netflix sports drama, and as I recently said, the second best Adam Sandler film, he played a pro basketball scout with a menschy mouthiness that carried the audience right along. So when you sit down and watch Spaceman, in which Sandler plays a morosely bearded and tired-looking Czechoslovakian astronaut who's 6 months into a solo mission to the far side of the solar system, you give Adam Sandler the benefit of the doubt. Of course you do. If any actor has the resources to hold down the center of a movie like this one, writes Variety, it's probably Adam Sandler. Of course. Who else would you possibly cast in such a dramatic role? But Variety says, Spaceman, it's my duty to report, is a glum and meandering science fiction fairy tale of a movie. It premiered at the Berlin Film Festival, and you could see why it was programmed there. It's got an austere dystopian vibe that allows it to pass for an art film. Sandler certainly does what he can with the role, but the director doesn't know how to carry the audience along. See, it's the director's fault. Spaceman gets lost in space and mostly just sits there limply because everything that happens is too soft. Right to the spoiler. Whoa, spoiler article. I won't ruin it for you. I know you want to watch this. You go to the theater this weekend or just wait. It'll be on Netflix next Friday. Sorry to ruin your weekend like that. Let me cheer you up and tell you Nikki Minaj wants to add Katt Williams to her Pink Friday 2 World Tour. She tells us she's looking to bring the funniest man in show business on the road with her this spring. Nikki says, I know that he's the busiest man in show business. I know that he's rich. I know that he's the funniest man in show business. Can you all hit up Katt Williams and ask him what would be his price to be part of the Pink Friday 2 Gag City Tour? Williams has yet to respond to Minaj's inquiry, which reminds me, neither Joe Rogan or Conan have gotten back to me about my challenge to fight either of them, or perhaps even both of them at the same time at UFC 300. They are wusses. Kevin Hart has not murdered anyone. That was trending. Apparently, someone else, also named Kevin Hart, has been arrested and charged with murder. And this is not funny, but the person who was murdered is named Jackie Robinson. So I'm sure there's going to be all sorts of weird Google going on. But the famous comedian Kevin Hart has not murdered anyone. A bunch of things out today. Bernie Mac's posthumous album Tapes from a King is out on Kevin Hart's record label. Adam Burke has a new comedy album called Weaponized Empathy. Chris Martin has a new album called Above Ground Comedian, and Jenny Slate's Seasoned Professionals on Amazon Prime today. The mainstream media has just done a lot of fawning over Jenny Slate in several articles, and I've wanted to share them with you, but as much as I quote from articles, there's very little interesting in these articles. I don't know what is going on. I just read them, and I'm like, okay, that happened. Here's one from the Hollywood Reporter who asked Jenny Slate, "Seems like there's an expectation for stand-ups to deliver specials at a fairly regular pace these days. Do you feel pressured?" Jenny tells the Hollywood Reporter, "Thank God I don't. The pressure that I feel arrived for me around 4th grade and continues on. I'm 41, and that's just, will they like me? It's not really up to me, is it? I try my best and hope the audience understands that I want to be with them. This shows what I have to offer. It's my weird dowry." One of the best things about filming a special is this feeling that comes after. It's like, whew, I won't have to take that exam for a while. It would be a sad day for me to say I'll never do stand-up again. It doesn't feel realistic. But I'm increasingly interested in other ways that I could be funny on stage that don't involve the tightrope of stand-up. It's really weird to be afraid of the audience because it's not about the audience. It's about my wobbly grasp on my own sense of power, whether I can drive this vehicle, that is me, onto that stage. Chris Martin's album, Not That One, points out the press release. Above Ground Comedian is out today on Blonde Medicine. In Above Ground Comedian, Chris Martin, Not That One, tells tales of how his parents informed Chris's foray into parenthood, his shortcomings of veganism, surviving marriage, cultural assimilation as a Brit living in LA, and of course, his dog's butt. Love it. Adam Burke's album, Weaponize Empathy, on A Special Thing Records. He has takes on health issues, the real meanings of Generation X, and an Irish hello. Originally from Ireland, by way of Australia and England, long story, tells the press release. Adam's been performing comedy in Chicago and throughout the U.S. for 17 years. From Gossip Corner, Tim Dillon has listed his house for $5 million, apparently, according to the Rob Report. Previously owned by Silicon Valley actor Thomas Middleditch, Tim paid $4.6 for it. Now he wants a little under $5 million for it. Originally built in the early 70s. These Spanish-style premises have been renovated throughout the years. It includes 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. There's a guest cottage with a steam shower-equipped bath and an attached 2-car garage tucked away on a clifftop parcel of land spanning just over 1/3 of an acre high above Mulholland Drive. The main house is introduced via decorative arches spanning the entire front of the terracotta roof and stucco structure. The Rob Report tells us probably best known for The Tim Dillon Show, which has amassed 1 million weekly listeners. The 39-year-old New York native also maintains a $900,000 house in Austin and a $2.6 million house in Southampton. Tim Dillon's pod is doing okay. Al Madrigal and Jay Larson have a new podcast. This one is called The Dust Up. In The Dust Up, Al Madrigal and Jay Larson will take a deep dive into historic fights, feuds, and melees and break them down each week. Some of the fights: Adidas versus Puma, Biggie versus Tupac, R2-D2 versus C-3PO. Yeah, okay. More Madrigal and Larson joke that they have temper and anger issues. I don't know. Gimmick podcast? I don't know. Sure, why not? And that's your comedy news for today. Follow the show for free on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you get your shows. If you enjoy what I do here, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/dailycomedynews. I'll send my daughter, and she'll have issues and text me in the middle of the recording, and you'll get to enjoy your $5 by listening to me babble. See you tomorrow.